Warlords, welcome back to the table. My name is Devin, and you are watching the BoardGameHype YouTube channel, a channel all about spreading positivity through board game community. Today we're going to be reviewing a game called Token Terror's Battlegrounds by designer John DeCampos and Terrible Games LLC. So sit back, grab your sword, swing into action, grab the blood sack, and let's do this review. Go!
So in Token Terror's Battlegrounds, what you're going to be doing is you are head-to-head battling against another fellow Token Terror. And what you do is, it's essentially like Magic the Gathering and chess mixed together.
Not really like Magic, but you know, with the tokens, you can kind of use them as tokens for Magic tokens, which I really freaking like, by the way.
But yeah, so what you're going to be doing in this game is you're going to be drafting certain tokens. The green elves, goblins are red, flying machines are gray, swamplands are green, wyverns are blue, and then zombies are black, and soldiers are white. You're going to be drafting up to 10 of these tokens. You can have as many tokens as you would like of different factions. However, so your first game, you usually want to keep it pretty balanced. But once you draft, you take their Token Terror talent cards.
Wow, that's a tongueful.
Token talent cards, you're going to put them in front of you, and you're going to be able to activate those characters throughout the game. So you're going to place your Token Terrors somewhere, you know, kind of like this, something like that, and then boom, you're going to be ready for action, okay? So what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to refresh any of your tokens that are ready, and you can refresh them. So essentially what that means is you're going to flip them back over, and so they're ready to go. Then you're going to activate a terror up to 3 times, or it's not up to, it is 3 times. You're going to activate them 3 times. So you're going to say, okay, cool, I want to move this guy up 1. Then I want to use a token talent, which is, let's see. Whoop. Their token talent is like undead, ready the zombie while ready this way. If the zombie is destroyed, rest it instead. And so you're going to do that. You're going to activate it 3 times. Then you're going to spend what is called surge dice if you want to perform any additional actions. You start with 1 at the beginning of the game. Every time you rest, you get a surge point. And so the benefit of resting is you get more magic essentially throughout the game to use to activate more heroes. Unfortunately, you also, if you're rested, you also are very prevalent to damage because
You're basically sleeping in the corner. Come on, no one wants to sleep in the corner.
But yeah, so then you're going to reinforce at the end of your round. If you have less than, I think, 5, you can go ahead and rejuvenate another one, put it back on the board, and then you can put it anywhere on the board, which is kind of fun. So that's the premise of the game. Players are going to go back and forth, deciding, you know, kind of outmatching each other through like a chess match. You're going to move here, you're going to pick them off, you're going to deal threat to them. That's the main core concept of combat in this game is, let's say, for example, this person's right here versus this zombie. They currently have 2 threat because there's 2 flying machines around each other. So it's a strength in numbers kind of game. Then that zombie is going to be like, oh crap, well, it's not a ranged attack, so I can't block, and he is going to lose because he only has 1 threat. However, if the zombie was like this, you'd have 2 threat, and then, you know, we'd go forward like that. So that's how combat works.
Overall, the game is pretty good.
There's also, you know, a really cute little art, you know, storyline book to tell you what you can do before the game starts. So like this, for example.
My goodness, the Graviolith is unlike anything I've ever seen. How exciting. I have a feeling it's not the only Titan terrorizing Terra these days. Guess we'll have to find out next time. Until then, get back to the Battlegrounds, Warlord, and remember, I'm always poking around somewhere if you need any help. See ya in the rulebook.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. Just ignore what just happened.
Then they have a minions manual, which tells you all about, you know, the minions, and you can actually use it for D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. And then the rulebook, of course, and more legacy components as well. If you wanted to continue playing, you can. There's legacy cards in here that you get better events and battle cards and whatnot.
Review. What do I think of this game? What do I think you would enjoy about this game? What do I think you would not possibly enjoy about this game?
One thing I really enjoyed about this game is, of course, the componentry and the artwork. It's amazing. Look at these little miniatures right here. Like, they're so high quality miniatures, and the art and story behind it just is fantastic. I love the lore, the theme, and all about that. I also really like how your graveyard is basically a bag.
That's super awesome.
So when you die, you're gonna go whoop and whoop. But yeah, I really love that. I do love the idea of using surge points to activate more abilities. I think that's really cool, that decision point of when do you want to rest your character to earn a surge point or save them so they can block a ranged attack possibly. I didn't like is the swinginess sometimes, and it definitely rewards players who have played more than once and players who really know the rule book through and through, because it's kind of like chess. You know, if you play chess, you pretty much need to know how to play good chess to be good at chess. There's a lot of turns you have to think ahead, and with this game, especially when you're doing strength in numbers like threat, you have to know where your opponent can move next turn, so then if you can bounce your guy up there to have one more threat than them, and then, you know, whatnot, you get picked off really easily. I know the flying machines and the wyverns are really tough to play against because, I mean, they're almost impossible to defeat, it seems like. But that's one thing I found myself not liking about the game is basically, like, there was a lot of times where I felt hopeless. I didn't feel like I could win at all. And then it was kind of like we kind of had to stop halfway through because we were like, this just isn't working right now for us. But that's just our experience. We could have missed a rule. We could have not been playing it exactly correctly. A lot of the times that you're really gonna enjoy this game if you like that head-to-head, you know, thinking game, because you're gonna have to think a lot. And when to use your token talents, on who to use your token talents, where you're gonna spawn your character once they die, and whatnot. That is really fun decision making, and I think you're gonna enjoy that a lot. If I were to give this out of 5, I'd probably give this a 3.5 out of 5. It's a fine game. It's not bad by any means. It's not like the best game I've ever played.
And I also really am not a huge fan of that chess-like
gameplay. So keep that in mind with this rating, is I give it an average rating. But I think if you guys liked Magic the Gathering, you'd love these tokens just for that. The art alone makes me kind of want to go into the world. And if you really like dealing with future turns and thinking about where you're going to go with your turns, then I would highly recommend checking out Token Terror's Battlegrounds.
How's that act?
So what do you think of this game? Do you think this is something you would want to try out?
You know, if you do, let me know in the comment below.
Until next time, my name is Devin, this has been BoardGameHype, and
I hope you have fun chopping off people's heads with your Warlord's axe.
And the imposing soldiers. Collect them all! Token terrors, mini monsters, big battles.